Hello students, I hope you are doing well. Today's topic is Wheatstone Bridge. This bridge is a circuit actually, and it was devised by Sir Charles Wheatstone, a physicist, to find an unknown resistance. In this he used 4 resistors and arranged them in the form of a quadrilateral. Let us see how. Four resistors. Let us label them. These two I have labeled as P and Q. These are the known resistors whose value we already know. The third one, it is a variable resistor. We are calling it R. And this fourth resistor is an unknown resistor whose value is to be found. Besides these, between these 2 points, a galvanometer is connected along with a tapping key. A tapping key is one. When you tap the knob on the top, the circuit becomes complete, the circuit is closed, and the current starts flowing in the circuit. The source of EMF is a battery along with a key we can use here. Let us label the circuit. Say these points are A, B, C and D. When the key is closed, the current starts flowing in the circuit. At this point, the current I will divide into 2 parts. Let us say this is I1 flowing through P and I2 flowing through R. Now the galvanometer is a device which detects current. It is an electrical device. It can't measure current. We can convert it into an ammeter to measure current. But basically, since you have not seen a galvanometer, the face of the galvanometer is like this, and there is a needle which points on 0. The 0 is at the center. On either side of 0, there are divisions. Since this is a device to measure, detect current, so whenever even a small current will flow through it, the needle in the galvanometer will show deflection. If the galvanometer is sensitive, it shows full scale deflection. The needle will deflect and it will show full scale deflection for even the smallest value of current. The deflection can be on either side. So this galvanometer is used here. This is a device which has its own resistance also. So let us say G is the resistance of the galvanometer. Every electrical device will have its own resistance. So G is the resistance of the galvanometer. So when I1 and I2 flow through P and R respectively, here I1 will reach B. Here the wire is branching into 2 parts again. So the current will again branch and let a current IG flow through the diagonal wire BD, and rest of the current, which is I1 minus IG, this will flow through the resistor Q. Similarly here, when I2 reaches D, it is joined by IG. Here I2 and IG will join and add up as I2 plus IG and flow in the resistor S. At C, I1 minus IG, I2 plus IG will join and the total current will become I again and flow in the circuit. The circuit will be completed. We want to find the resistance S. Here we can apply Kirchhoff's law. Let us choose the loop A, B, D, A. In the loop ABDA, let us apply Kirchhoff's second law. Starting from A, we have the resistor P here. So, our chosen direction being clockwise direction, we can write here I1 P. In the here second part of the loop, if you see the BD wire, here we have the galvanometer. The current flowing is IG and the current direction is also in the direction of the supposed direction. So we have here IG into G, and then into the third part of the loop, which is R. The current is in the direction, I2 current is in the direction opposite to our traversal direction. So we can write minus I2R equal to 0. Let us select the second loop as loop BCDB. Applied Kirchhoff's second law again here. So starting from B, we have I1 minus Ig in Q. The current direction is same as the direction of the traversal, and here S, current is in the direction opposite to the direction of traversal. So minus S into I2 plus Ig, and here again when the current is flowing in the galvanometer, it is opposite to the direction of our supposed direction. So minus Ig into G equals to 0. These are the two equations we have got. Now what is done here? To find the unknown resistance, the value of R is changed again and again. And the deflection in the galvanometer is observed. The variation in R is made stepwise, and there is a point when the current in the galvanometer becomes 0. This condition is called as null deflection method. The bridge is said to be balanced in this condition, and since no current is flowing through it, Ig equals to 0. In these two equations that we have formed using Kirchhoff's law, let us put Ig equal to 0. So the two equations become I1P, this is 0, minus I2R equals to 0. Let us see this equation. Here also Ig and Ig here will be 0. So the equation will reduce to I1Q minus I2S equal to 0. We can rewrite these equations. I1P equals to I2R and I1Q equals to I2S. We have taken the negative terms to the right hand side. Now divide these equations. Let us divide equation 1 by 2. When we divide equation 1 by 2, we will get P by Q equals to R by S. This condition is called the balance condition for the Wheatstone bridge. We can use this balance condition in different circuits to find the unknown resistances. Let us see one example here. Here in this circuit, we have to find the equivalent resistance between A and B. Equivalent resistance between A and B. Now this circuit, if we see, we have 5 resistors here. We can just check up whether what are the ratios of different resistances. Let us check this. If we consider this to be P and this to be Q, we can write 8 by 9. Similarly, this we can take as R and S and check whether this is true or not. Let us see whether the condition is satisfied or not. Here we can cancel it. This means P by Q equals to R by S. So here these 4 resistors are satisfying the condition of balance in a Wheatstone bridge. When this is the case, then this means no current will flow through the branch having 12 ohm resistor if the condition is satisfied. So this means the circuit will reduce to simply like this. Now we have just here 4 resistors, 8 and 9 is 17 ohm, 24 and 27 is 51 ohm. So 17 and 51 are in parallel. So equivalent resistance will be 1 by 17 plus 1 by 51, which can be calculated. So equivalent resistance becomes 51.4. So in certain circuits, we can use the balance condition of Wheatstone bridge to find the resistance. Another problem, let us see. See this circuit. In this circuit also we have to find the equivalent resistance between the points A and B. If we see the circuit carefully, by flipping this part of these 3 wires on the other side, it will just become like a quadrilateral of the Wheatstone bridge. So this circuit will become like this. We have just flipped this part like this and redrawn the circuit. Now let us see the condition, balance condition for Wheatstone bridge. It is P by Q equals to R by S. This is P, Q, P by Q, 2 by 2. Again R by S, 2 by 2. So the condition is satisfied. This means no current flows through CD and the circuit reduces to just this. There is no current flowing through the diagonal branch CD. 2 and 2 ohm, 4, 2 and 2 ohm, 4 ohm again, and this circuit becomes 4 ohm each. Two parallel resistors of 4 ohm each will, if we solve it, we will get the equivalent resistance as 2 ohm, and if the battery is there, you can find the current. In this way, this is also a very good method to find unknown resistance. So have a good day, stay safe, stay happy. Thank you.